The evolution of art in Europe. The rich cultural heritage of Europe has given birth to some of the world's most iconic and influential works of art. From the ancient masterpieces of Greece and Rome to the revolutionary movements of the Renaissance, the evolution of art in Europe has been a captivating journey. Ancient Greek and Roman influences. The art of ancient Greece and Rome laid the foundation for European artistic traditions. Greek sculptures like the iconic Venus de Milo showcased an emphasis on idealized human form and naturalistic beauty. Roman architecture, such as the Pantheon, combined functionality with ornate details and grandeur. These classical influences would go on to shape the development of Byzantine, Romanesque, and Gothic art in the centuries that followed, laying the groundwork for the artistic renaissance to come. The rise of Byzantine art. Byzantine art emerged from the rich cultural heritage of the Eastern Roman Empire. It was heavily influenced by the Orthodox Christian faith, with a focus on religious iconography and the ornate decoration of churches. Byzantine artists developed a distinctive style characterized by elaborate mosaics, frescoes, and panel paintings that glorify the divine. This artistic tradition flourished for over a millennium, leaving an indelible mark on the cultural landscape of Europe. The emergence of Romanesque art. Architecture. Romanesque churches featured thick stone walls, rounded arches, and sturdy pillars, creating an imposing and durable aesthetic that reflected the stability of the Catholic Church. Sculpture. Ornate stone carvings adorned the exteriors of Romanesque cathedrals, depicting biblical scenes, religious features, and intricate geometric patterns. Painting. Wall frescoes and illuminated manuscripts were hallmarks of Romanesque art, showcasing vibrant colors and a reverent Solomon stone inspired by religious devotion. The splendor of Gothic cathedrals. The Gothic cathedrals of Europe are architectural masterpieces soaring to dizzying heights with their intricate stone carvings, stained glass windows, and flying buttresses. These awe-inspiring structures were built to inspire religious devotion and represent the power and wealth of the Church. The construction of these cathedrals was a monumental undertaking, often taking centuries to complete. The level of craftsmanship and attention to detail is truly remarkable, showcasing the skill and dedication of the medieval builders. The Renaissance, a rebirth of art. The Renaissance period in Europe, spanning the 14th to 17th centuries, witnessed a remarkable resurgence of art, literature, and philosophy. Inspired by the rediscovery of classical Greek and Roman ideals, artists during this era sought to capture the beauty and complexity of the natural world. Famous painters such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael created masterpieces that showcased their technical mastery and innovative approach to portraying the human form, religious themes, and landscapes. The Renaissance also saw the emergence of renowned sculptors and architects whose works redefined the aesthetic landscape of Europe. The Baroque, dramatic and ornate. The Baroque style emerged in the 17th century, characterized by its grand, ornate, and theatrical aesthetic. Baroque art featured dramatic compositions, rich colors, complex patterns, and a focus on emotion and senses. Iconic Baroque artworks included monumental church interiors, elaborate fountains, and highly decorated palaces. The Baroque style left a lasting impact on European art and architecture. The Neoclassical, returning to antiquity. The neoclassical art movement of the 18th and 19th centuries saw a revival of the clean lines, symmetry, and balanced compositions of ancient Greek and Roman art. Neoclassical painters and sculptors sought to emulate the idealized forms and subject matter of classical.
New technologies in art. Technology is transforming the art world, offering new ways for artists to create and for audiences to experience and engage with art. From digital art to virtual reality, 3D printing, and artificial intelligence, technology is opening up new possibilities for creativity and innovation. As technology continues to evolve, it will be exciting to see how artists and art lovers alike will continue to embrace it and push the boundaries of what is possible in the art world. Digital art. Digital art uses digital technology to create artwork. Artists can use a wide range of digital tools, such as graphic design software, computer programs, and even video games, to make something that can be displayed on screens, projectors, and other digital platforms. One of the benefits of digital art is its accessibility. It can be easily shared and distributed online, reaching a global audience in a matter of seconds. Digital art also allows artists to experiment with new techniques and styles that would be difficult to achieve with traditional art forms. Representer Pascal Blanchet. He is a French-Canadian artist and art director who has been creating digital art for over 25 years. He works as senior art director and game developer Behavior Interactive, and as a freelancer he creates work that blends 3D and 2D elements. Virtual reality. Virtual reality is a computer-generated environment that simulates a physical presence in a virtual world. It has the potential to transform the way we experience art, allowing audiences to immerse themselves in a virtual world and interact with art in new and exciting ways. Virtual reality art exhibitions are becoming increasingly popular, with artists using the technology to create immersive experiences that transport audiences to new worlds. Visitors can explore virtual art galleries and interact with artworks in ways that would not be possible in a physical gallery. Representer Shehzad Dawood. He is a London multimedia artist. In his most recent work, Kalimpong, Dawood chose to feature both tradition and innovation for a cultural homage. His exhibit includes screen prints, sculptures, as well as a VR experience, which transports viewers to the town of Kalimpong, Bengal, said to be home of the Yeti. Kalimpong captures the atmosphere of mysticism and historical roots associated with the town, a popular destination for adventures. 3D printing. 3D printing is a technology that allows artists to create physical objects from digital designs. Artists can use 3D printers to create sculptures, jewelry, and other artworks using a range of materials like plastic, metal, and even food. 3D printing has revolutionized the way artists create physical objects, allowing them to create complex shapes and designs that would be difficult to achieve with traditional techniques. It printing also offers the potential for mass production, allowing artists to create multiple copies of their work. Representer Theo Jansen. He is a Dutch kinetic artist. In 1990, he began what he is known for today, building large mechanisms out of PVC that are able to move on their own, known as strand-based wind-walking examples of artificial art. The 3D printed versions of the kinetic sculptures are a great example of what 3D printing is ultimately capable of, and continue to evolve with the addition of a propeller propulsion system. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a technology that allows computers to learn and make decisions based on data. In the art world, AI is being used to create artworks, analyze art, and even curate exhibitions. Art is a rapidly growing field, with artists using machine learning algorithms to create original artworks. AI can also be used to analyze art, allowing curators to better understand the meaning and context of artworks. Representer Mario Klindemann. He is a German artist and a pioneer in generative and AI.
The most impressive art exhibitions in Europe. Art plays an important role of our life. Artists express their feelings through the paintings. There are many genres of art. For example, Rococo, Impressionism, Expressionism, Romanticism, and others. Our world is rich in famous artists. Everybody knows Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Claude Monet, Vincent van Gogh, and others. They created masterpieces which can be seen in the most impressive art exhibitions in Europe. If you want to see them, you can visit Louvre Museum in Paris, National Gallery in London, Vatican Museum in Rome, and Pompidou Center in Paris. Originally, the Louvre was a royal palace and then was transformed into a museum during the French Revolution. The Louvre is famous for Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. It is a home to 35,000 artworks of ancient civilization, European paintings, and cultures. The glass pyramid entrance sets the stage for a journey through art history. The National Gallery is an exempt charity and a non-departmental public body of the Department for Culture, Media and Sport. It was founded in 1824 by the British government. The collection comprises 2,600 works of European painting. It has the most impressive collection of Italian, British, French, Spanish paintings from the 15th to the 19th century. Among the artists represented are Leonardo da Vinci, Raphael, and others. The Vatican Museums are the public museums of Vatican City. They display works from the collection created by the Catholic Church and the papacy throughout the centuries, including several of the most well-known Roman sculptures and the most important masterpieces in the world. The museums contain 70,000 works, of which 20,000 are on display. The most famous is the Sistine Chapel, with its ceiling and altar wall decorated by Michelangelo. It is the second in the list of most visited art museums in the world after the Louvre. The Pompidou Center is a complex building in Paris. It was designed in the style of high-tech architecture. It is the largest museum of modern art in Europe. You'll also find masterpieces from surrealists who will take you on a dreamlike journey and abstract artists who challenge you to find meaning in shapes and colors. It's a place where every corner you turn, you are bound to run into something that makes you feel, think, and maybe even question what art is all about. In conclusion, museums play an amazing role in our society. They preserve culture, heritage of the world. They transmit the role of art from generation to generation. All self-respected people have to see these expeditions.
Interesting musical instruments from different European countries. Hurdy-gurdy. This instrument is known in many European countries. The hurdy-gurdy is a stringed instrument that's operated by a crank. The hurdy-gurdy is a unique instrument with a complex mechanical design. It consists of strings, a rotating wheel that acts as a bow, and a keyboard or buttons that control the drones and melody strings. Understanding the instrument's mechanics, how to operate the wheel and a keyboard or buttons, and how to maintain and adjust the instrument can be challenging for beginners. There is a video of a man playing it. Hydraulics. The water-driven pipe organ is an ancient instrument with a different mechanism compared to traditional pipe organs. The hydraulics operates using a complex system of water pressure, valves, and air supply. Learning to control the water flow, pressure, and air regulation to produce the desired sounds and dynamics can be challenging. It requires a deep understanding of the instrument's mechanics and the ability to adjust the water flow accurately. Nickel-hara. The nickel-hara is a unique and specialized instrument with a complex design. It has a series of keys or tangents that interact with the strings, giving it a distinctive sound. Understanding the instrument's construction, the mechanics of the keys, and the interaction between the keys and strings requires time and dedicated study. Juhiko. The juhiko is a traditional 2- or 3-stringed boat lyre from Finland and Karelia. It is a fretless instrument, meaning there are no fixed positions or frets on the fingerboard to guide pitch accuracy. Achieving accurate intonation requires developing a good ear for pitch and training your fingers to find the correct position on the fingerboard. Wozembush. In Czechia, when it comes to musical instruments, they believe in do-it-yourself. The Wozembush does what it says on the tin, but apart from this consistent manner of playing, each instrument is as unique as its owner. Originally, it was a single-string fiddle, both with horsehair and with an animal's bladder operating to aid resonance. Nowadays, it functions as a percussion instrument, consisting of a vertical stick about 1 meter high, often of beech wood, to which a variety of objects are stuck.
Imagine that we are in the Gemäldegalerie in Berlin and we are looking at Peter Bruegel's Netherlandish props, which is just wonderfully fun. It is an oil on oak painting that was created in 1559. It depicts well over 100 props in a kind of humorous way. So let's take a look at some of these images. Some of the props can be seen pretty clearly. On the bottom left, you see a man who seems to be intent on hitting his head against a brick wall. And so, of course, this is the expression hitting your head against a wall. That is to do things repeatedly even though you have no chance of success. Or look here just below the table. You can see somebody who's holding his head and rather upset that he spilled his porridge. It's useless to cry over spilled milk. Englishmen can say in daily life. There is just a real pleasure in moving through this painting and recognizing visually what is always a kind of auditory saying. One of my favorites and one of the silliest is showing the pies or tarks that are being used as roofing materials on the house on the upper left. And this is a reference that doesn't really have an equivalent in modern English. And it is tiling one's house with pies. That is just used once wells in Wales. At any rate, the image as a whole creates this almost child book-like landscape, where we can wander with our eyes and explore. Bruegel's intent was not just to illustrate their props, but to unmask human folly and the dangers of folly which lead to sin. This is a timeless masterpiece.
Today we will talk about the best exhibitions in Europe, namely the exhibition Infinity Mirror Rooms by Yo-Yo Kusama and the Water Museum in Wrocław. So let's start with Infinity Mirror Rooms. Yo-Yo Kusama had a breakthrough in 1965 when she produced Infinity Mirror Rooms. Using mirrors, she transformed the intense repetition of her early paintings and work on paper into a perceptual experience. Over the course of her career, the artist has produced more than 20 distinct Infinity Mirror Rooms, and the Hirschhorn exhibition, the first to focus on this pioneering body of work, is presenting 6 of them, the most even shown together. Ranging from peep show-like chambers to multimedia installations, each of Kusama's kaleidoscopic environments offers the chance to step into an illusion of infinity space. The rooms also provide an opportunity to examine the artist's central themes, such as the celebration of the life and its aftermath. By tracing the development of these iconic installations alongside a selection of her other key artwork, Yo-Yo Kusama, Infinity Mirror aims to reveal the significance of the Infinity Mirror Rooms amidst today's renewed interest in experiential practice and virtual space. The Water Museum in Wrocław is unlike any other museums in the world. A modern multimedia museum will be of interest not only to the children but also to adults. By the way, the Water Museum is located almost to the center of the city of Wrocław, or rather near the zoo, so finding it won't be difficult. In front of the entrance to the museum stands the largest water printer in Poland. An interesting scene in general, a wall of water flows and various inscriptional and patterns are available in it. And the first scene you'll see will be a glass barrel with an artificial whirlpool as much as 3 and 5 meters high. Following further, you will be surprised by a 5-minute film about how water appeared on our planet. The huge hall has a circular projection. A screen for the entire room, to be precise, at 65 meters screen made in serial version. But in the center of the room there is a suspended ball and image of our Earth. The diameter of the ball is 2 meters and is located above the circle pool. In the depth zone you will meet amazing creatures living in the ocean, various fish and unusual shapes with razor sharp teeth. On a huge screen you can select and read information about any creature that is located on the stand. In other words, the choice is made using the touch panel, like in a spaceship. There is also an extra replica of the first submersible that reads the Challenger depths. Exhibition Ocean Alive is the biggest attraction in this area. Is a huge shark model and a long school of fish. Here you will get to know the magnificent coral reefs, see small marine organisms stuck in the resin, and you will also meet sea creatures. Man and water. Here we'll talk about the importance of water for humans. You will be able to familiarize yourself with the function of water for the body. Visitors will be able to learn about the connection between water and the culture and religion of different countries. City in water. This area will allow you to learn about the history of water in Wrocław. You will find out how many liters of water Wrocław consumes and how much Dubai consumes. You will be able to see historical and multimedia maps of Wrocław, as well as in interactive diagrams created by MPWIQ. In addition, you will learn about how water is supplied to treatment plants. You will be able to see a satellite map showing a great flood of 1997. Water condition. If you want to know all the states of water and learn about its properties, this zone will be the best solution for you. Here you can learn how to distinguish individual clouds so you can forecast the weather yourself. You can clearly see what the water cycle looks like in nature. You will definitely be interested in the snowstorm simulator and steam fire. It looks very realistic, like a flame. But in reality, these are particles of steam illuminated by orange light, so you can touch the fire without getting burnt. Thank you for your attention. I hope this was interesting, and if you didn't know where you can go in Europe to have an interesting time, I gave you a couple of ideas. Hello, today we talk about the brilliant artist Leonardo da Vinci. He painted Stonian paintings. Oh my god, what a crap script they gave me.
So, you wrote it.
Shut up and don't interfere with work. So, start over.
Let's talk about what his paintings hide. Could the Mona Lisa really be a man? Was Leonardo da Vinci gay? So, in the work of the Last Supper, a secret message was encrypted. If you put dots on the hands and bread in the picture, you get a musical notation. And if you turn it over, you can hear a 40-second melody of this. There is a theory that this was a comment from Leonardo, that the Last Supper was the beginning of the end for Jesus, and that death will sooner or later overtake everyone. There was a hypothesis that the Mona Lisa is actually a man in a woman's dress. Perhaps even Leonardo himself. But scientists are more inclined to the theory that it was his apprentice. Why is that? The portrait of Mona Lisa and the student were compared, and a very strange resemblance was discovered. Naturally, no one will know the truth, but they still make assumptions. So, let's talk about the theory that says Da Vinci could have been gay. Leonardo lived in Florence for a long time with his students. Yes, the same one. And there, they almost openly accepted homosexuality. There is one course preserved in the archives of Florence, where Leonardo was accused of sodomy. These are all theories, of course, but it wouldn't be bad to know about it either. Pump up your brains. Goodbye.
Welcome to our podcast on art. Today we will talk about the use of modern technologies in art. We will delve into the fascinating intersection of art and technology. We are exploring how European artists are embracing modern technologies to redefine the limits of creativity and expression. Artists are using different innovations such as AR, which is a term designating all projects aimed at complementing reality with any virtual elements, AI, the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, and VR, a virtual world which is transmitted to man. Actually, it allows to create environments that are limited only by imagination. Join us as we start a journey through the digital landscape of European art. Augmented reality, or AR, has emerged as a powerful tool for artists who want to enhance the viewer's experience. With just a smartphone or tablet, viewers can interact with sculptures, pictures in ways that were previously impossible. It adds a new dimension to work of artists and engages the audience in a truly unique way. Mark Omatic is creating AR works to illustrate stories for their retelling. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is revolutionizing the creative process for European artists. AI is also used to make the interaction with sculptures and pictures much easier. It's a symbiotic relationship where the machine acts as both collaborator and muse. Actually, smart machines of AI can create masterpieces, repeat, or even do them better. Virtual reality, or VR, has become as a transformative environment for European artists who want to move viewers to alternate realities. Through the fascinating experience, artists are able to evoke emotions and provoke thoughts in ways that break understanding about traditional forms of expression. Viewers become active members in the story, experiencing it by themselves instead of just observing. Jani Lainen has become one of the Finnish contemporary art scene's most prominent figures. His playful and provocative works have captured global attention with bright colors and bold statements. In a new installation, he invited attendees and collectors into a mesmerizing mixed reality experience. Moreover, some robot creatures are being invented to be artists and to create good works of art. For example, Paul, the one-armed robot, is just one of a new wave of robot artists that are starting to challenge our perceptions about what makes someone or something an artist. Paul is the creation of Patrick Trosset, a French scientist and artist who is based in London. Consisting of a camera eye and a single robotic arm, Paul begins the drawing process by scanning a room and looking for people. When a human face is spotted, Paul uses an edge detection technique called Gabor filter to pick out the most prominent lines. Paul's robotic arm, gripping a standard ballpoint, then goes to work. It draws out those lines on paper, does a spot of shading, and the process is complete, all in less than 30 minutes. Trosset calls Paul an obsessive drawing entity and does not pretend he is in any way human. Paul doesn't know what a face is, states Trosset. Nevertheless, he has programmed Paul to have some human-like qualities. In perhaps the most charming part of the drawing process, Paul adds his signature to his portraits once he completes them. If hooked up to the internet, Paul will even post his sketches to Facebook or tweet about them. Surprisingly, for such a common, simple robot, Paul produces interesting and often unexpected drawings. More remarkably, however, Paul's drawings are of considerable quality. Paul's drawing skills probably outstrip the majority of people who sit for him. Will the day come when the greatest artist of the world isn't made of flesh and blood, but it's a robot? We don't know the answer, and we also don't know whether we need it or not.
The most impressive art exhibitions in Europe. What do you think of when you think of museums? Ancient buildings full of artifacts from bygone eras? Or maybe rooms filled with themed objects? As a rule, this is exactly what exhibitions in museums look like. But only as a rule. All over the world, and especially in Europe, you can see completely unique exhibitions. The first exhibition I want to tell you about is the Museum of the Human Body in the Netherlands. A museum where visitors find themselves inside a giant human body and can walk from the knee joint to the brain. They will be accompanied by authentic sounds of the body, blood rushing through the vessels, heartbeat, snoring. Here you can see from the inside what happens when a person sneezes, how hair grows, how food is absorbed, and the wound heals. Moreover, it all looks extremely natural. But those who are not afraid of vivid impressions will also be given 3D glasses. Second in line is the Museum of Broken Hearts in Croatia. The Museum of Broken Hearts collects the fragments of relationship, love letters, soft toys, linen, figurines. An extraordinary museum was founded by a couple of artists who broke up after 4 years of relationship. Instead of a banal decision to throw everything that once connected them out the window, former lovers made an exposition. At first the exhibition traveled around the world, but over time it became so popular that it was necessary to open a full-fledged museum. Now new items are constantly brought here and sent: razors, books, postcards, cups. According to the founders, the museum helps those who have experienced a painful breakup not to become depressed. That's all for me. I hope you enjoyed listening.